Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you're doing great. I hope you had a great week. Today is Friday, November 19th, 2021, and this is your Friday planning video. So another great week is done. We're about to enter a slowdown time of the year. Thanksgiving is coming up. Things may slow down for many of you, and this is one of those times of year where we sometimes spend a lot of time with family and friends. So if so, I hope you enjoy. I'll save my Thanksgiving message for next week. I do intend to do a video on Monday and Friday. I hope we'll get those out. If there's a problem with that, we'll let you know. I really thought about doing this video sitting in a nice quiet room on a big plush couch to emphasize the following point. This point that I've been trying to talk to you guys about for the last couple of weeks. It's time, or quite frankly, even past time, to take a step back, take a deep breath, turn off the cable news channel, put down the newsletters, put down the constant news sources that you're watching, and slow down. I know, it seems like I don't know about you, but in my practice, this is the run for the end zone time of year. But what I'm suggesting you do is not just for your psychological well-being, because I'm not gonna go and hand out that kind of advice, but sticking to what I do know and what I've been doing for almost 30 years. For your financial well-being, it'll be helpful to stop and smell the roses. What do I mean? What I mean is that the 24-hour news cycle, the always-on-the-go lifestyle, the immediate gratification expectations, they're not conducive to financial planning success, or really, quite frankly, any planning success. As we know, yes, picking up at the last minute, going on a quick road trip, that could be fun, it could be invigorating. But the reality is, if you want to go on an international journey, see specific things and see specific places, do specific things, it's going to take some planning. Something that a lot of us are thinking about doing right now, right after this whole last couple of years. But so some thought and some planning are going to be required there. Either you're going to do all that, or you'll go to some professional that does that. So what am I suggesting you do with your planning? So as I've mentioned in the past couple of weeks, if not the last couple of months, as we approach the end of the calendar year, as we're doing so with account balances and market levels at near all-time highs, it's a good time to take a step back. I've started every review with you the same way. What are your goals? That is the key. It was then and it is now. So what I recommend you do is take some time to slow down, even for a few moments, and determine a few things. What is my tolerance for risk at this point in my life? What am I trying to accomplish with my financial plan? Have I sufficiently reviewed my life insurance needs? Have I planned for future medical costs and healthcare costs? Have I covered the education costs that I see in the future? How about the retirement income that I'll need? All of this can be done relatively easily. I'm happy to walk through the questions and the answers with you. That's what we do year in and year out. So what I'm suggesting you do not do is play the game of what's going to go in the market, what's going on in the market today, what's going to happen this week or next week in the market. Am I going to miss something? These are common feelings, but they are induced by the media, and they often cause actions that are counterproductive to your financial planning success. So that's my recommendation for the coming weeks. Take some quiet time, enjoy family and friends, think about where your financial plan is, and let's discuss any changes that we need to make. Okay, I have so much else that I want to talk to you about, but I'll just add one more item. I think I mentioned to you before, November is Long-Term Care Awareness Month. So as we've discussed, this is a huge topic. So today I just want to touch on the fact that long-term care coverage has really changed over the last 20 plus years. The old plans were offered by almost everyone in the insurance industry, and they realized eventually that was a big mistake. So the payout phase actually was very problematic in the profitability side for them. So most of the companies that got out of the pure long-term care side, there are a few large issuers, but that's all. The newest wave of long-term care coverage is the hybrid long-term care plans. There are many, many pros and cons, and I hope that we'll have some time in one of our meetings to discuss them, but I do recommend that we have that conversation. Let me share a few statistics and data points, and I hope we'll get to talk about them soon. Nationwide Insurance Retirement Institute just completed their 9th annual survey, and here are some of the findings they had. 86% of adults want to stay in their homes for long-term care. 70% of the people want the option of relying on family members for care, and most of them expect to compensate those family members. Half of all adults expect to be a caregiver at one point in time. 20% of those surveyed are actually caregivers at this time, and 40% of the people surveyed have been caregivers at some time in the past. And when they did that, it was an average of 30 plus hours per week and just under $700 a month out-of-pocket expenses. So that being said, only 29% of those people surveyed has spoken to their spouse about this, and only 21% have spoken to their children about it. Now those are big numbers compared to the fact that only 8% of adults surveyed in this survey have spoken to their financial advisor about that. So I hope that changes, and I hope that we can have those conversations. Before we wrap up for the week, please plan to talk to me about this. We have a lot of resources to bring into play, but this is something that we really need to discuss. Okay, enough about that for today. Let me end on what seems like a shameless plug. In addition to these planning videos on Fridays, we do the Monday videos about the market update. These will do exactly opposite of what I told you to do in the beginning of this video. It'll bring your blood pressure up potentially, but when and if you want to know what's going on day to day in the market, it's there for you, and it will help us plan at some point in time. I also contribute personal finance articles to a magazine, The Voice of Chicago. You can view the latest issue online at thevoiceofchicago.com. If you want hard copies, let me know, and I'll see what I can do for you. Finally, there's only a few short weeks left of 2021. I look forward to making the most of those weeks and planning for 2022 and beyond. As always, please call me or my office with any questions or to set up an appointment. Have a great weekend.